Hi, it's Joy from Ayubi Boutique, and today I wanted to talk to you a little more about something I've noticed recently, which just had me going, So for those of you who are not aware, I recently started my bonnet business. I had Iobi Boutique actually was established in 2016, February 2016. But I had other, I was doing a lot of accessories and different things. Did children's skirts, onesies with embroideries and different things on them, and it was really successful. However, I found that it was taking up a lot of time, and that was not my goal. I was trying to do something that not only serviced you guys that where I provided product to my customers, but also enabled me to have more time to spend with my family because I had little ones at a time. So the reason I was doing it was taken away when I noticed that I was spending a lot more time doing that. So I decided to primarily focus on one area that I knew was successful and continued to grow, and that was the bonnet business. So that's printedbonnet.com. For those of you who are not aware, I started that last year, and the bonnets have been doing great. Thank you all so much. I am very grateful, really thrilled at the success of it. But the one thing I wanted to talk about has to do with faking it till you make it. And I think one of the things I've noticed, especially online, is that a lot of times people have these very elegant lifestyle, and you're like, oh my, when am I going to get there? When am I going to be as successful as this person? And as a business owner, the other thing I've noticed is that I find myself, or I found myself, I shouldn't say I find it now, because I have recently, well, not recently, but I came to an understanding late last year, which was the reason why I decided to focus more on me and my family and business as opposed to focusing on what others are doing. But I found that a lot of times in business, when you start a small business, people are very, very envious. And when I say envious, I don't mean it necessarily in a bad way. I think they're just envious to be just as successful as the next person. So not envious as in I hope they fail, but envious as in, well, I wish I was the person, being successful in that area. So, I started realizing that this whole fake it till you make it was something that is really big on social media. You would notice on Instagram or Facebook, people post all of the most, the best things of how wonderful their lives are and how stress-free their lives are and all the wonderful things and great trips they're taking and the, way they're living just a really awesome life and their products are just selling like crazy and all of that. And I was like, well, as a business owner, it made me look on inside and say, what's going on? What am I doing wrong? I should be selling 100 products a day, like the other people I see who are counting boxes and boxes of things, that are about to go in the mail. But then it occurred to me, something my mom used to always say when I was younger. She says, and she would say it in her very African voice, you're like, make you not compare yourself to other people because you don't know where did they come from. For those of you who don't understand Pidgin English, it means don't compare yourself to what others are doing because you don't know the struggle that they're coming from. And that was very, very insightful to me. So when I remembered her saying from when I was younger, it caused me to pause and think, we don't know where people are in their battles, or in their struggles. I started Ayobi Boutique in 2016, February 2016. I started Printed Bonnet last summer. Even though I'd had bonnets or I had made bonnets earlier on, I just hadn't started offering it as something I was selling. But, I did that, and I could be comparing myself to someone who has been in the bonnet business for 2, 3, 4, 5, sometimes 10 years. Or even at Yobi Boutique, I was selling a lot of African-made products, and there are a lot of people out there who have been doing this for such a long time, and comparing myself to them was just not right. And, when you are envious of someone, you fail to see or gather the positive things that could help you grow in your life. So I found that, when I focused on them, I wasn't able to focus on my business. I wasn't able to focus on me. I wasn't able to focus on the things that I could do to help me grow. So today I want to tell you, if you're looking at people who are either just faking it till they make it, or you're one of the people faking it till you make it, Don't do that. It's okay to share your struggles. I'm here to tell you it was not easy. When I first started my Ayobi boutique, I think like within the first, and I went back and looked at my spreadsheet late last year just to see how I was doing. I do a return on investment and everything, but I did that and I looked in 2016, and when I started, I think for the first 3 months, I maybe made $100 off of the products I sold, and this is from selling skirts at $25 a pop. So that should tell you that I sold maybe one or two or three items. But people might have looked and thought, oh, you know what, she's doing great or whatever. You don't know what my struggle was. It took a while for me to even hit 100 sales on my Etsy store or on my Ayobi boutique store. For the bonnets, when I started them, I was one of the lucky people who was able to actually hit the ground running because I did a lot of research. I knew where my target market was, but at the same time, I wasn't selling 100 products a day. I still am not selling 100 products a day, but it's now at a consistent pace where I feel thankful and grateful to all of the customers out there, the clients, the word of mouth, positive word of mouth that has gone out and helps me significantly. But also at the same time, I continue to struggle with a lot of different things, and my biggest, my reminder at the end of the day, after a long day of work, after a long day of sewing, or, taking care of kids, catering to family and all of that, I remind myself, don't compare your current journey to where other people are. You have to go at your own pace. Some people hit the ground running. Some people are born with a lucky gene. I don't think that's necessarily a thing. I just think some people instinctively know what area or how to guide themselves in a path of success, and others have to come to it on their own, either by learning from other things or circumstances in their life. So, but I am encouraging you, do not fake it till you make it. Do your research for a lot of things. Don't just look at people and think all that glitters is gold. It is not. And in my mom's saying, no, they compare yourself to other people. You don't know where they come from. Thank you and have a wonderful day. This is Joy from Ayobi Boutique.